Nerdrotic.com.
Welcome, travelers, to the fringes of reality, where the strange and mysterious meet, and the thin veil between fact and fiction is torn. Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.
We're back. We are so back for the final Forbidden Frontier of the year.
Of the year.
Yes. This is a good one. We've been waiting for this movie to come out. Another James Fox documentary called The Program, which we will be covering. Not as much new UFO information, some new stuff, but I think it kind of gives you the layers of what we're dealing with overall. Like I was just telling our lovely co-host here that ufologists who have been fighting this for decades are way ahead of the curve than any fucking journalist as far as fighting government. Well, I'll use their term, misinformation. Like misinformation, all this comes from UFO research. All of this has been going on for a long freaking time. And you know, it's crazy as I'm rewatching the X-Files in season 5 already. It's more relevant now than ever if you watch the X-Files. Well, like especially a fresh pair of 2024 eyes. You go and watch the X-Files, you're like, holy fuck. Even the stuff you're like, man, that's a little crazy. You're like I can believe
not so crazy anymore.
Not so crazy anymore.
Yeah,
not so
back
crazy
when that came
anymore.
out, it was like, oh, this stuff, it's UFOs, confirmed ridiculous hooey. And now it's like, oh, well, no, maybe we did have something going on.
So
it's a wild time to be alive. Really
government compartmentalization, contractors, all this relates to everything now, not just UFOs, to everything. I'll get to that when we get to that. But hello, Adam Crigler. How are you, buddy?
I'm well. I'm trying to sneak in sleep whenever possible. I'm learning how I've heard for a long time how dads learn how to sleep like that whenever, like they are like, oh, I got a little bit to sleep, I'm gonna sleep, and they are able to do that. Never had that ability until now.
Micro naps, baby.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
I've attained a new power, and it's glorious. Like, oh, I can sleep for 45 minutes. I'm out. Yeah, and
it's so rejuvenating too.
It really. I had no idea how much I love sleep until you're denied it.
Oh yes, for a long period of time.
Yeah. But life's good though, otherwise. Yeah.
Cool.
He's good. Yeah. Son's doing well.
Had his first Christmas. Everything's awesome.
His first Christmas, and we had the in-laws over. It was fun. And we actually just went and stayed there for a few days for the weekend. It was nice. We just got back, and it was good. Saw all the family. Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get to some hardcore government distrust and dishonesty, and how our government's been lying to us since the advent of intelligence agencies. They are there to be lying agencies. Hello, Quarterblack.
Hello. This was very good. Gonna spoiler alert that it's good. I like this one opposed to the last one we watched. The structure, this was very good. Even though it was like we had similar information that we've gone over before, but it was in a very good package, and there's a little bit of stuff in there that's new, some new voices, some new people, so I can't wait to talk about it. But yeah, excited to be back on this last episode of the year. Excited for the future. Had a good year. Ready to continue.
Yours not over yet though. We got a couple days to go.
Not yet.
So don't,
Yeah, 2 days.
2 days. I was gonna make a joke, but I really don't want to bring up.
Just do it.
I was gonna say,
Why?
we're soon to be coming to America on an H-1B visa. X-ray girl.
Wait, what's an H1 visa?
Nobody fucking knows. Okay.
Yeah, ask the internet. They'll give you a million.
Someone
different
hasn't been on X lately.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been super unplugged because I wanted to have just like
Very good time.
yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I don't know.
True.
After the passing of like legal vices, I was like, I need to actually spend time with my family and my friends. And it's the
Smart.
baby's first year, my niece. And it was fun to just like hold her, care for her, like help her and whatnot. So I had a lot of great Christmas moments. And this documentary, kind of like how Garrett was saying, it told more of a story, which was nice. It wasn't just like little bits and pieces that weren't connected. And plus there were a lot of interviews, which were quite interesting just to hear it from like people's voices. And I think that was what was missing in the last documentary, was just more of the other people versus his experience, I guess you can call it. So yeah, plus I learned some even new stuff that was old stuff because I wasn't around the community at the time. So I think it was cool.
Yes. There's a particular part. We'll get to. There's where they have a guy from NASA repeating the same thing that initial Blue Book said in 66, like almost word for word, which was really good. Really good. I try to do that in my videos where we find older video where we hear repeated patterns, repeated words, repeated talking points, because they're obviously coming from somewhere. And I thought that was like actually kind of one of the most brilliant parts in the documentary. It's like, boop, there you go. Got him. NASA's ridiculous, but yeah, glad you're.
We're probably going to be able to like ask AI to do that. Like look for patterns, like cross-reference all of these different videos / interviews and see if there's anything that repeats. And it'll just be like, boop, here you go. Here's a repeating line.
All you have to do is write a script because you can already do that. You can find lines.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Transcripts.
Yep. So
well, my whole thing about this was I'm still not seeing any evidence, right? It's just all hearsay and interviews and talking about someone's experience. It's always this thing with UFO research. It's always this. There's never any actual evidence, and I'm just waiting for it. One day it'll arrive. I'm sure. At least I hope.
It's all circumstantial, but there's circumstantial evidence all over the place.
True.
That's the thing. Is like the level of circumstantial evidence that's like corroborated and coming from pretty, I would say, trusted sources. I still don't believe all of them. There still could be. They could all be lying. I don't know, but the level of it seems to be like they're all on the up and up. So I think there's something going on. I don't know what it is. And I wonder if they even know what it is. Like that could be a level of why they're not telling anybody because they don't know. They know what they have. They know they have something, but they don't know what it is and how to even explain it.
I think it's yes. I think in a lot of cases they see these craft and they have no fucking clue. They've encountered them. They have high-res video of it which they will never release because they're in control of all that stuff. They know it's not ours. They know it's not China's. They know it's not Russia's. And just get this on the table right now. China is advanced. Russia is advanced, but they are not in the same league as the United States. Period. End of story.
Nobody is really.
Without the nukes, they don't stand a chance. Not a single chance against our military. Period. And they could get some knockoff stuff, and they could steal some secrets. And China, hey, China's been all aboard on doing this and trying to develop this stuff, but it's like a lot of China's smoke and mirrors. Okay, and a lot of this has been built up by our the military industrial complex to create an enemy that's formidable. Not saying they're not formidable, but Russia's having a really hard time with the Ukraine. Now we know there's a lot of factors involved. Okay, there's not wanting to piss off the EU, not wanting to piss off us. They're probably not, they're not going full bore right now, but they're still having a hard time, right? Imagine against us. Like it just stop with all that. We are very advanced. But we don't have shit that can turn on a dime, that doesn't have any sign of propulsion, that can go from the atmosphere to the ocean in seconds. We just don't. Not yet.
I don't
no.
know. I would.
We just don't.
It wouldn't surprise me though.
If we did, there would be like we could call the shots around the world.
Well, what if they found this technology like Babazar? They found that one craft under an archaeological dig somewhere. What if they have like 7 of them?
I think they do,
and they know how to work them. They know how to fly them, but they can't make more, right? And there's no weapon system involved. Maybe it's just like
maybe
it
scout
could still be a
craft.
Delivery system. So if you could turn it on
that's true.
and move it,
Yeah,
that's a delivery system, and then you
that's
could
a good
put
point.
a fucking
That's a
nuke
good
on
point.
it.
Yeah,
My question though, when you brought something up, sorry, go ahead.
No, I believe
About
Babazar is like, we know how to turn it on, and we can kind of steer it, but that's about it. Like, and it would be so out of control. Like if we can't take
that was in the 70s when he said he was working 80s. Okay,
yeah.
but so
it's a long time
40
ago,
years ago.
so.
40 years of trying to figure it out.
It was in the 80s, so it maybe even 50 years when he was actually in that program. But what I wanted to say is the military industrial complex. They drum that up. They want to make an enemy so they can make money. So you could scare the populace and say, hey, we have an enemy that we need to fight. Give me money so we can develop stuff. And they haven't done that with this. That's my question, is like, if they had an enemy, like something that's more advanced than us, wouldn't they want to be like, hey, American people, hey, the world, we don't have the capability to fight this. We need money to develop that. So that's what makes me think that they don't even know what the hell's going on. Like they're at the point where they go, I know that there's something out there. I know we have these things. We don't know how to work them. And we don't even know if we can fight whatever that is. So they're just keeping it to themselves. And they've kept it to themselves for so long. I think it's like that thing when you meet somebody new, you get their name, you forget it. And then you work with them for like 6 months, a year, 2 years, and you're like, oh crap, I don't even know what that person's name is. And then you can't say it because then it'll be awkward.
That happens with you and me.
Exactly.
I have no idea who your name. Who is this guy?
Said life
you get older,
so long,
and then you know the person's name, and then you just forget it.
You just forget.
You're getting older, yeah.
Then you have an.
I get what you're saying. I mean,
but like, that's why they're keeping it. It's just a big long lie. And if they came out and said, "Hey, we have all this stuff," then everybody would be like, "Well, then what the fuck? You were lying to us this whole time." It would be a massive blowback, on them.
And yet, you're right. I mean, that's why they won't. Not admitting it is basically what you just said. It is 75 years of fucking lying, and then you're gonna have to come out and go, "We've been lying to you for 75 years," and then that leads to other questions. What else have you been lying to us about?
Yep.
Spoilers: everything,
but,
right?
Absolutely everything. So, especially when we have a UFO subject around the government officials, like this all stems from 2017 in the New York Times article and the Tic Tac, right? Everything comes from that. And now we're starting to get Grush, and we got Luel Zondo, and who's the former defense secretary that Christopher Mellon. So Christopher Mellon and Luel Zondo both come from intelligence. So automatically a lot of UFO guys are going to go, I ain't believing the shit. It's an op.
Right.
And you have to consider that from them. But there's other people, and Grush is from intelligence too, but these are the people who are going to know, right? So what do they gain by going out there and doing all these documentaries as this massive op? I think a lot of it can be true. A lot of the stuff is ours. A lot of the stuff is our experimental aircraft, and it's a way to cover it up. Sure. I mean, I believe that. I also believe that UFOs have been around before we had experimental aircraft. If you go back into the past and talk about, which I've done and many others, and go back and read the books from, around the 50s and go back further to other sightings that could have been seen as they're interpreted as fairies or whatever. It's been going on for hundreds of years. We've been visited for hundreds of years, and they haven't really messed with us. They haven't really messed with us as far as we know. Maybe they're plucking a few of us here and there, but that's about it for now. So what's the whole
that's
point
not
of
what
it?
Grush was saying, though. Grush was saying that they have messed with us.
I
do
think
interact.
I mean mess with us like overall, like we want to take over your
like
world.
globally
On a global.
Okay, I see
like
what you mean.
plucking. Yes, I think they are plucking us too. I think they're just randomly taking people for whatever they're doing. And we have to keep in mind they're so fucking far advanced that we are a bunch of monkeys that we would not understand. The fact that we could probably turn on a UFO is pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing
if we even get that far.
If we even get that far. What this documentary does is it shows you the layers of secrecy and how they can keep the secret. Because a lot of people there's no way they can keep, and you're right. Like a guy even says it, like once Congress finds out, then everybody's going to know because they are the worst at keeping a secret. So how do you keep Congress from finding out? Well, Tim Burchett just fucking says it right there. Oh, it's all, we contract Lockheed Martin, and they don't have to, like, they're not, accountable to our rules as a government. They're a contractor, so we can't pull them in to a hearing. Lockheed Martin's been on this stuff forever, and it's private corporations that have a lot of this stuff, and it's proprietary. So of course they're not going to freaking share the secret at all. But getting to the bottom of it, getting to the answer, I ultimately think the government's powerless, whether they know or don't know. There's not shit they could do about it.
Yeah.
And we did get, like, what lacks in a lot of these documentaries is footage, like and like even bringing in old footage, and there's thousands of hours of old footage that you can at least say that might not be fake. You don't have, we all don't know for sure, but they did bring in some footage. If James Fox brought in, like, the best footage is that one flying saucer going past the plane.
That was good, and they pause on it, like, dang,
and then, like, zoom in. Yeah,
that is absolutely the best I've ever seen. And it's angled the way Bob Lazar said the UFO would be. It looks like a traditional UFO, right? And they
sideways,
fly like this, like they're being pulled.
Can we show that?
I'm trying to find it in the movie.
Okay.
And then there's the Calvin one, which is crazy. That Nick Pope talks about a lot. He was around when he was working in the Department of Ministry of Defense when that happened, and he used to have that picture on his wall. By the way, we need to get Nick Pope on the show somehow. He's based, by the way.
You shared that, didn't you? Yeah.
There's
I got that photo.
Yeah, there's an article that he wrote.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, that's the Calvin UFO from the UK, right? Scotland. Yeah, Scotland.
Because they interviewed the chef that just came out recently. That was an interesting interview. Talked about so it was outside of a restaurant. The chefs were out having a smoke. Saw this happen over the pasture. Took a picture of it, and then was it later that day or like
that evening?
That evening, that two spooks showed up. Men in Black were like,
"Whoa, that's racist now, isn't it?"
Wait, I don't know. In the UK, it's a little different. They were like, "Hey, we need to talk to your."
What do they call cigarettes again? What do they call sausage?
Bundles of sticks.
Yeah.
Or the meatballs.
And then those two people, after a couple of weeks of completely changing their character, he was like, these guys they changed. They left that room and came back different people. And then a couple of weeks later, they disappeared.
Yep. And he used to
showed up to work.
He used to fry eggs with these men.
And don't just leave a job and never have another job.
Disappear like that.
It's just weird. Yeah, there's a couple. That one that you're talking about, though, I'm still trying to find it. There's not a lot of UFO footage that I like because a lot of it can be explained pretty easily. This one was very good. Like, you could see the glass and the glass in front of between you and this object, and the object is super clear. What the hell is that?
Reflection from the sun, like, and the Bogota one.
Yeah,
the Bogota one they show. is pretty good too. And I think that little sphere flying over Iraq, that one's pretty good. The jellyfish one, or the
That one
The
is
one that
good.
happened this year.
it looks more like the Imperial probe droid to me.
Yeah.
That one's
That's what I
pretty
heard.
good. We've gotten some better stuff. It's going to be impossible, and you're actually going to have to go back to the past. The thing is, the government has all this shit. They have the footage from the Nimitz that's completely clear, right? We got a copy of a copy of a copy. That had to be snuck out, by the way. That was all snuck out, and then they begrudgingly declassified it, right? So they're being stopped at every time, like you see Hal Puthoff, who like the shit that guy knows. And he explains it. He's like, I signed a lot of papers that I will go to jail if I say anything. I can't tell my wife anything. So they bring up the Wilson Memo, right? And he comments on it by not commenting on it. He didn't say it's just bullshit. He went, I can't comment on that at all. It's like, oh, that's fucking true then. That some of it's in there is true. And that memo is a big deal. So I can't say he broke the story, but he's the one who's been on it the most, is Richard Dolan. So Richard Dolan has multiple live streams and videos on this memo, right? And when he first was explaining it, I'm like, because he couldn't explain what was in the memo, I'm like, this is way too abstract for me. You're just talking about a memo, and this memo is from a guy who was sitting in a room. So he wrote all this stuff down, and he was sitting in a room. I'm like, this is like a little, but then we got the memo itself, and it's just in it. They said, yes, in this Wilson Memo, which is two high-level government officials discussing UFOs, saying things like, yes, we have craft. We have tried to reverse engineer craft. We have material. We have a craft. And it's pretty mind-blowing. So this is evidence. Is it good enough? I mean, it's not a ship. It's not like, hey, we got a picture of a ship. But unless one crashes in the middle of fucking like I-5 or 405 in LA,
right?
When everybody's in traffic, and still only half of America will believe it. That's
the thing. It's like it's such a monumental thing to like understand that we are not alone in the universe, and that they have contacted us, or they've made it here. So it's an extraordinary scenario, and that for me, I need to see it. I need to see craft. I need to see a being, but here, stuff like this makes me edge on that side of thinking like it's very possible that we have stuff from their aircraft or their spacecraft or their dimensional craft or whatever it is. It's not perfect because it could be two people lying or one person fabricating this or whatever, but it's very close. Cause like it's like the one that I found, this other form here, that they go into unclassified. This is .gov. This is a .gov form. It's even better. It's still not perfect. Could be a lie, but it still gets me closer to that line of thinking like, yeah, they could totally be. Like if it happened, if I saw a ship come down, I'd be like, yep, makes sense. Like not surprised at all. Not surprised at all.
Well, I mean, for one, like there's still a stigma out there, so most people aren't going to come forward even if they do see something. There are so many eyewitnesses, and that stigma's got to go away before we even get to start approaching the truth. The fact that there's life in the universe, it's ridiculous to think that there isn't.
Agreed.
It's utterly ridiculous. Even if you go to the Drake equation, there are so many planets in the habitable zone and there are planets circling every star.
Trillions.
Every single star has a group of planets, and 1 in 5 has a planet in a habitable zone.
And that's life that we know about.
That we know about.
We understand.
Exactly.
Right.
Not life that could, like, I don't know, breathe methane gas,
Right.
or
Withstand
Right.
wide temperatures that we can't.
I mean,
I think there's life in our solar system.
there's a pretty good chance it's on Europa.
Absolutely.
Very good chance.
Enceladus
it's
or
on
Europa, yeah.
Yep.
And those undersea oceans, I believe it.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of like, I think most of it is they don't really give a fuck about us. Like maybe we're just an outpost for something else.
Maybe, yeah.
But I think there's so many races out there that it might be contentious. I think the saying "as above, so below." I think as below, so above. I think there's a lot of different. There's a lot of different races. They are they might not all get along, and one might have found out about us and they want to keep it secret from another one. Who knows? Like
yeah. And if we don't know them, it probably means we're super primitive in comparison, so they don't have to worry about us.
I've talked about it before. Maybe we have resources they need, but chances are probably not.
Probably not.
If they,
I like what you always bring it up. Hitchhikers.
Yeah,
it's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's the same kind of vibe.
Yeah,
I think Hitchhiker is probably one of the most accurate representations of the universe out there. I think it's
right.
I think it's a lot like it is down here. I think we're just a microcosm of the universe. And there's bureaucracy, and there's incompetence, but there's also advancement, and it's all of what it's so many. Oh God, so many science fiction movies are either on a bleak desert planet or you're fighting some hive mind alien, and they all look alike to save money and GG. But rarely do we see the lived in. That's why Star Wars, took off. We see this lived in universe with like lots of different, alien races, different ships, and that's probably more what it's like out there. And there's probably some races out there that are just absolutely brutal and would wipe our planet out. Maybe we're being protected. I don't fucking know. But I think most of the stuff we found, we don't know what to do with. We might have made contact. We might have learned a few things, but maybe the contact we made was with drones. Like, I think the Greys are drones. That's all I think they are. And whatever contact they made is like, well, they had to make us to be a probe, basically. And we're so fucking far away that by the time even for us, it would take 100 years for a message to get home, or 200 years for a message to get home. Yeah, that's a good one. That's the Bogota one.
Yeah.
Right
that's
after this one.
Talking about,
this is the one.
This is the one.
It's really good.
Can you imagine seeing this?
I would be so excited. I'd be like, oh.
So you can see the reflections off the glass, like the little specks on the glass and stuff. Look at that sucker.
What is that?
That is the fucking Bob Lazar UFO.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a flying snail. It's like, whee! Can you imagine it?
So we're getting an angle at it. This thing is spinning, by the way. So it's going this way and it's spinning.
I didn't catch the spinning.
You can't. That's why we get that little bulge right there.
Oh.
These things are spinning because they are propelled. They are propelled. So according to Bob Lazar, there's that element 115. There's the reaction, and that is creating like a ball. There's a ball of gravity that's basically either pulling or pushing. You can imagine either one, but that's pulling it. And it's not really fucking here because of the gravity. So that thing can maneuver anyway, and I don't know if anything could even hit it because of the gravity around it or the anti-gravity. Like if a plane hit it wouldn't affect the ship. It would affect the plane if the plane ran into it, but it wouldn't affect the ship at all. The way I hear it from Bob Lazar, the way it's explained. Maybe that's why shit can fly through the mesa. You know what I mean? It's a bubble of, what even Michio Kaku has said this, if you can control gravity, you are a god. You can change time. You can do all kinds of crazy shit. We are so far away from being able to control it because we don't even know what the fuck it is. We honestly don't know what it is. So, they just recently proved gravitational waves, and it will prove they discovered them. Right. So yeah, those are good. Those are good pictures. But what this documentary breaks down is just the layers of intelligence, the compartmentalization, the hiding stuff through corporations. You go, well, how can corporations can keep secrets better than our government? Better than our
They're
government.
incentivized to.
You know, a lot of people say Bob
The
Lazar's a
monetary-
fraud, and I respect your opinion here, and it's welcome here in the chat. But how? He's never made any money. He's never written a book, done a speaking tour. Whatever
Very
documentaries
consistent.
are made on him are just him agreeing to talk.
Mhm.
He makes enough
what would
money.
his reason be?
Yeah, he doesn't like attention, and he's got his own business where he makes plenty of money. So I don't know why he would be a fraud for this long and not like cash in on a speaking tour or something like this. See, that's where I like, and they start doing the speaking tour where you have to pay, or like even Lou Elizondo like wrote a book. I'm like, okay, you're an intelligence guy, you're out now, and you wrote a book, and you're going to profit heavily off this. And I thought the book was pretty good, but you wrote a book.
Yeah.
You know, so that starts. I start to question. I mean, people need to make a living. If you're going to be a full-time investigator, I get it. You need to make a living, but if you're providing information and you're looking for authenticity, I would. I don't blame. I think he should write a book. I think that's a great way to get it out there. I would have liked to see him provide a little more evidence that he knows about, take a little risk, but he had to work heavily with the government to write that book, right?
Yeah.
I would say like follow Dolan if you want to follow somebody who like is pretty honest guy, and he's got a good line on people. Follow Dolan and trust who he trusts. It's one of the few people in ufology that's like really good and trustworthy, I think, and just all about the mission, all about it. What do we got here, Garrett?
This I brought this up because we were talking about time, something that Adam posted. Scientists observe negative time in quantum experiments. So it's like we're edging on we're on the edge of understanding how it works, possibly, and if it can ever be manipulated.
For those wondering, this was essentially them measuring the time it takes for light to pass through certain objects, and I don't remember the medium. I read this and I was like, wow, that's cool, and then I kind of put it out of my mind. But essentially, one of the things that they measured, somehow they got a negative number, so time, I don't know,
rolled back.
Essentially, yeah, like it wouldn't have made sense. Like it couldn't have made sense that the light passed through at a certain amount of time without losing some time. So it was like it didn't really. They couldn't explain it. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
yeah. It's
I had
cool.
some negative time watching Quantum Mania.
I lost a lot of it.
I lost. I had negative time. That's time I'm never getting back.
Just thought it was an interesting.
No, that
thing
is.
that Adam put in there.
Did you see that thing over CERN?
No, what's that?
Oh, what?
Oh man, go to David Pilates on X. He posted. I saw him post it, and I was like, "What the?"
We'll get him on next year. That'll be my goal.
Oh yeah. I'd love to have a chat with him.
Oh, we
But,
we could talk about so
crazy.
many things.
I don't know
with
if
that
it's real or not, but oh my gosh, if this is real, I saw Dave. I mean, he posted it, so I was like, "All right, that's interesting."
What?
But man,
We are here to post stuff that might be questionable. Okay, that's part of the show. So it's
It's the frontier and it's forbidden.
forbidden.
It's true.
Frontier.
How do you spell
true.
Paulides?
Paulides.
nailed it.
Nailed it. She can't. Look at
Nice.
that. That's even beyond math.
What is that, Greek?
It kind of sounds
Great
Greek.
question.
Greek would be with a lot of OUs.
Good point. Good point.
It'd be Papadakalakalakis.
Oh yeah. Shit.
Like Stephanopoulos.
Oh yeah.
Snuffleupagus.
What the hell?
Look at this.
What? Okay, come on. What is this?
What the hell is that?
Some kind of VFX. It's got to be. Come on.
It looks like
What the heck?
like a
It's a
portal.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah,
shut it
that might-
off.
Someone's about to come through.
That might be
Attack us.
AI,
Right?
but like
That's where the Sinbad movie went.
Satan's anus. The Clint Ora says it's no, it's not Clint. Sorry, I just lost it there. It's
Satan's
Visigoth.
anus.
Visigoth says it's Satan's anus.
Oh my god.
I believe it.
Let's CERN, could you please not? Could you not?
There's something.
Tone it
that
down,
should-
please.
We should
Yes,
all be
CERN.
concerned about CERN. We should be. We should be.
The dad jokes
No.
are on a roll today.
They're on a roll, but no, I don't trust CERN at all. Because if you really look into what they do, they're trying to make micro black holes.
No, no,
That
no,
can't
no,
be-
they,
that can't
That's
be
a
good.
fucking
they,
good idea.
no. They are making
Okay, sorry.
micro black
They
holes.
are making micro black holes.
Yeah, they're
And I
doing
still
that.
don't think it's a good idea. I'm like, just because we
agree.
can do something doesn't mean we should.
Mhm.
You
Gary
know-
Nolan was in this documentary, and I mean, nobody could say much, but it was a lot like the hearings. It is important that we hear that we have direct questions where you can, if it's not true, you just say it's not true.
Right.
You're not breaking any confidentiality. If it's utter bullshit, you just go, no, it's total bullshit.
I can speak to you behind closed doors about this.
But
Gary
when
Nolan's one of my favorites out there because a lot of the
he
times,
wrecks Neil deGrasse Tyson,
Yeah,
like
dude.
whenever chance he gets.
a lot of the times the critics say, "Oh, you're appealing to authority," and it's usually somebody with a PhD, but in a field that is irrelevant to the point that you're talking about right now. This guy's a PhD in the specific fields, like the sciences of metallurgy, like.
He's handled
He
material.
handles material on that level. So like he's a very specific person that is a scientist, PhD level, over this field, and knows what he's talking about.
Yes, he actually
And
has
very
a lab.
successful in
Unlike
his lab.
Neil
Yeah.
deGrasse Tyson, who is a fucking TV scientist, is a fucking fake scientist, and this is according to
Yep.
Gary Nolan,
Sell out.
who called him out and said, "When was the last time you were in a lab, bro? I own a lab at Stanford. I am one of these academics. I'm part of the system." And he's pretty ballsy about like
Mhm.
getting out there. And I like his chutzpah. I do. Like I don't agree with him on everything, like politically, especially, but like when it comes to the UFO field, like he's kind of balls out. And I really appreciate that from a guy who's actually brilliant,
Yeah.
So we need more of that. And that's where we make progress. Right. So, I don't think we need to make any more documentaries on this or have any more hearings where a bunch of people say, I can't answer that. But I think having the hearing and a
all we're gonna
documentary
have.
filled with a bunch of people going, I can't answer that when you're asked specific questions, I think it is good. Now it's time for the next step, which means, and they mentioned this in the documentary, there's a guy who they have his voice changed
Please.
and everything. He's the one dropping he's all,
Yeah.
no, we got ships, we got all this stuff. And I'm going through the process of being a whistleblower right now, but I can't say anything right now because I'm still going through the process, right? So we need more whistleblowers. We need to make it safer for them. The
Thing
stigma
is-
needs to be removed.
With David Grush, he said all the whole hearing. I can't tell you that in this public setting. I could tell you in what was it they called it? It was like a sequestered, a specific term that they used for a room that has no outside hearing.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called. It's like I forgot. But
The skiff.
skiff. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the
Wonderful.
skiff.
Chat.
The skiff, right?
on.
Which is I thought was just a term like the back room, the skiff, whatever. But it's actually a real sequestered facility room that is very super secret. It's like what was that? Mission Impossible? That wasn't a Mission Impossible. Get Smart with the dome of secrecy.
The dome of secrecy that comes down, which is awesome.
Right. So he was like, I can tell you in the skiff, but I can't tell you here. I can tell you in the skiff, but I can't tell you here. He hasn't been to the skiff yet. Like, why wouldn't you just do that right directly after this hearing and be like, okay, well, right now, I'll meet you in the skiff. Like, let's get this going. But apparently it's been blocked. The cone of silence. The cone of silence.
Cone of silence.
But it's been blocked, apparently. People have been putting walls up between them, trying to make these meetings.
Yeah, the
I don't know.
Pentagon has
Like, why
been
would that not just
fighting
be the
hard
first thing you
against this. So we were led to believe in the beginning back in 2017 with the New York Times article that we were going to enter a new era where the Pentagon was going to be a little more open about this, and the Navy intelligence was, and it was happening for like a minute, and then it got completely shut down. Coincidentally, get shut down when the new regime came in. Coincidentally, but like largely, this has been bipartisan. It's been pretty I mean, we see a lot of faces in this documentary we don't like. Adam Schiff,
AOC,
AOC, but
well, you mentioned a new regime. I mean, we got Kash Patel is going to be leading the FBI. Who knows what's going to happen with the CIA? We know that he's working with RFK Jr., who has a bone to pick with the CIA. Quite personally. So I think we're about to witness a big shakeup in the government that could shake out a lot of these things that we're hoping on the UFO side of things to fall out, so we could be like, oh shit, like look at this. They just like all this other stuff that's coming out, the Epstein, the Diddy stuff, like everyone's gonna be focusing on that, but the ufologists out there are gonna be like, oh, what are we gonna get? Because know something's gonna fall out. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, the chat asks, like, should it be we be suspicious about bipartisan? Not when it comes to UFO. I think UFO can be bipartisan. I think it should be.
Of all things,
all things,
wouldn't it be the most bipartisan?
Yeah.
But
how is it political? I mean, I'm sure you could make it.
Well, it did get politicized. It did get politicized.
I can't trust the Democrats. I can't trust the bipartisans.
But the thing is, it did get politicized. But it's the same with like we see this in Hollywood with like people I talk to who like voted for Kamala, but like hate what's happening to woke Hollywood. And I'm like, you don't see the correlation between the person you're supporting and the thing that's ruining your industry.
Yeah.
It's the fucking same thing with ufology. Like I'm fine with like Harry Reid. I didn't like Harry Reid about anything except for his UFO stance, which he started getting into later in his life, when he could retire and he didn't have shit to worry about. But I'm not a Harry Reid fan, nor am I a George Bush fan. I don't like either of them. But I think on certain subjects, it's fine to listen to them, but it's also like, how much do you trust? And that's up to you. Like, that's really up to you. I think this subject is real. I think it is important. And we have to consider like life in the other, in another universe, like them confirming that. Somebody brings it up in the documentary. Just confirm it. We don't have to talk about technology. We don't need to talk about that stuff. Just come out and say there's life out there. And there's still a contingent in the government that thinks that people will fucking panic. I
don't think so.
I
think there will be some panic, but I don't think it'll be on a mass level. Like, I think a lot of people will be like, okay, well, I still gotta pay my bills, bro.
Yeah, I think people just go back to work the next day.
All right, well, we'll see how it goes.
Because when they basically admitted it with the New York Times and stuff, that's what the attitude was. Yeah, okay, I watched X-Files. I believe all that shit. All right, I gotta go to work. What are we gonna do?
What am I gonna do about it?
And I think it's just they have so many other secrets to keep. And who knows? Maybe they have a secret that's even crazier and scarier than life on another planet.
Maybe that's why they're keeping it a secret, because that's not the only secret. Yeah, it's bigger. It's crazier.
Other secrets, I can't, like, what could be scary? Well, I mean, I don't know, like there's a Cthulhu god out there, like at the core of our planet or something like that.
Maybe. Yeah. If there's life out there, there is possibility of scary life out there. There's life on this planet, and there's scary shit on this planet. So if there's some out there,
some apex predator that's completely intelligent, that just wouldn't give a fuck about us. Like, we would be ants to them. Yeah, maybe that's the case. Maybe that's like, if we tell them, how about this scenario? There's a race it's like the shadows from Babylon 5. There's a race so fucking scary out there that if we tell them we're even here, we put our entire planet in danger. Like maybe that's
we're just sending out signals. Anyone out there? Anyone out there?
Well, Stephen Hawking mentioned that at one point. He's like, maybe it's not a good idea.
He's got a point.
He's got a point.
We don't know what's out there. The dark
Could
force
be
is
bad.
real.
But so there's one person who said, like I think it was the Air Force guy who had the crazy story, right? He's like,
yeah.
just tell them there's life out there. We don't even have to get into the crash retrieval or anything. And you know
Technology or any of that.
If you could have a bipartisan, you could have fucking AOC and Luna. What's her name? Just get the two hot women to come out and say, maybe make out a little bit and oil wrestle, and then say, like there's life out there. Half the country's not going to believe it anyway. Like I said, like they're just going to go bullshit.
Yeah,
right. Lying. Project Bluebeam. Yeah.
But what I did like about this is that it went through the stories that we've heard before, Tic Tac, Roswell, Area 51, but then it had those interviews of more people coming out, and that's what makes me excited about like the future of all this. Like, where is it going to go? Because the more people that come out, like Grush or whatever, we don't believe them, but it's still interesting to hear an actual person from inside say that. The more people will come out and say, "No, I have a story too. I have a story too. I have a story too." This guy's story was wild.
Fucking wild. So
Area 51, station on Area 51, right? This is where it all went down.
And it was a cold day. It was a cold day in the desert, which I mean, it can get like windy and cold in Vegas, like really fucking really cold, and it'll be sunny out. And he was talking about that, and they were driving on the base, and they saw a figure running, and his skin was really white with like a blue tint, right? But he was running.
Yeah, he looked like he was cold. He looked like he was cold.
Looked like he had hypothermia. So he's going, we gotta help this guy. We gotta help this guy. And he didn't really pay attention to the craft he was coming from. So he goes and confronts the guy, and they see him, and like his compatriots in the car were like, that dude doesn't have any ears. Now it could be at that point you could think burn victim, like something,
But the eyes, they're like they were big, more than normal.
Well, that's the craft. Yeah, that's the guy now. That's the craft, and they have a picture of a guy who was in a pristine uniform, shiny boots. There he is, and he was speaking in a different language, but he could communicate. Like he just could understand what he was saying. Like there was a babel fish in his ear, and he just asked for a certain material that he never heard of for his ship, and he thought he's the Air Force guy said, was it titanium? He's all, no, it's not titanium, and then he just booked it back to his ship and took off, and it looked like it was having trouble taking off, right? So, and this guy had security clearances. There's more people coming out, and I know James Fox doesn't like just throw any moron in his documentaries. He does vet people. I know not everybody loves James Fox. This is where the political thing.
I like James Fox.
I do too.
I don't care about politics, whatever, but he does good work on this side.
Like TDS hit some ufology. It did. It straight up did. And all of a sudden, like you see people like taking sides with like really the established federal government that are in ufology, and you're like, you are crazy. Looks like more people are like talking to Stephen Greer now. So I don't know if he's come back around from lunacy, because for a while Stephen Greer was like meditating to contact UFOs, and that takes it a little too far for me. That's where I start thinking you're a fraud, when you start organizing groups that you have to pay for. Go meditate to contact UFOs. It's like, no, that's not. This is investigation.
Wouldn't it be wild though if he actually was like it's like real?
I would say shit. I was wrong, dude. I'm sorry. But I that takes it a bit too far for me. But maybe he's coming back around. But yeah, that full interview is in there, and that's kind of the wildest thing I heard in the documentary. Everything else, like, we cover it. We know we've seen the hearings. There's going to be another hearing, by the way, next year. I can't remember when, but we'll cover.
Oh,
it.
Fun!
Like a seeing, give us a seeing.
Ooh, I can't wait.
It's one of those. Get in that skiff, dang it!
I'm sick of the hearing.
Skiff.
The fact, I mean, like, they have to bring out, like, the fact that they're having hearings at all is pretty amazing. I think
True. It is wild.
Like a few years ago, they wouldn't even admit it. So now they're admitting it, and then they stopped, which is like good luck. Now you cannot make the soup on this. So people are going to keep digging. So I mean, ultimately, I think the Pentagon gives us like grains, like think of a salt shaker, and they'll give us like and that's all they'll give us to make us go away.
Just enough.
Yeah.
Problem is they're going to have to keep doing that because, dude, people aren't going to stop with this subject. This subject is, it's been around for a long, long time. And while it's far behind ancient civilization, there's blood in the water, baby, for me. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but when Tim Bouchette was saying, is it Bouchette?
Burchett.
He was saying it's hard to get any of these people in a hearing or to like question them because they're Lockheed Martin or Boeing or whatever. Can't we do that? We've done it to like Mark Zuckerberg and all kinds of people that have private companies. Can't they do that to Boeing?
Boeing has the protection of the Department of Defense, of the entire military apparatus. You'd have to go like there isn't layers protecting Mark Zuckerberg. Plus, Mark Zuckerberg has a product to sell to the public. So Mark Zuckerberg could probably get out of that meeting if he wanted to, but it wouldn't look good for a CEO of a company to get out of the meeting. It's like, go there, take your beating, come back. That's part of your job, is that you're selling a product. This is where it gets fucked up, because Lockheed Martin is a private company that is 100% reliant on the government and our tax dollars.
Yeah.
100%. So, and they have a lot of layers of protection. Plus, they have been doing this for a long time. They are the military industrial complex. They are the heart of it. So that like, you're not playing with idiots here. And they have a lot of plausible deniability. And I doubt very many people at the company even know, that they have a material or a craft. It's probably a very few. And that's compartmentalized within their corporation. So we got layers and layers and layers and layers, and it's easy to keep a secret. And if one gets out, they just go, that person's crazy. He's full of shit. And look what they did in Grush.
Or they off themselves in a parking lot somewhere,
Well, the people that are in those compartments are probably former CIA, former Department of Defense guys that now went over, so they all know each other, and it's this big party that they all, they already know who to trust because they've been vetted. They went through the system. They've been there for 30, 40 years. It's no getting to those guys.
Let's get dark. Epstein Island.
Do it.
You believe it's real?
Shit.
We don't have any real evidence.
Definitely.
We have no evidence. We have a list, a flight log,
good point.
And that's it. A lot of subterfuge, a lot of smoke, a lot of circumstantial stuff. But do you believe Epstein Island was a thing and it was used for the reasons they say it was used? I 100% do.
Yeah,
100%.
Definitely.
100%. Same thing. These are untouchable people. How do we not? Dude, I'm on YouTube. I don't care. They killed the guy right in front of us. Right in fucking front of us. This is how arrogant they are. They're like, oh, the cameras weren't working.
He's really
dead. And they got away with it.
If he's even really dead. I agree with that. And I saw the poll today, and it was 50-50, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's just say he is. He is.
Right.
They fucking did it right in front of our fucking faces. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And like,
it's a good point.
And if anybody believes that bullshit, and then Chris Mellon talked about an incident where they had documentation, they had the pilots who's witnessed the UFO and everything. He's all, but those 2 days are just magically missing. Everything else is there before and after, and they're magically missing. So, yes, that they can get away with this shit, and we have seen the evidence, and they can just put enough question in there with everything by discrediting people. They're masters at this. They're absolute masters at this. And it's going to take a long time. I never thought we'd get this much information in my lifetime, to be honest with you, going through it. And it's pretty incredible. But now we want more. We want more. And I think that's ultimately what the government's worried about is, okay, if we give you something, are you going to stop there? No, we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop asking questions, because our government should not be keeping this shit from us. Aside from how to build a nuclear bomb and actual codes, some real shit.
Like the guy said,
everything should be declassified in a certain amount of time without question, like a fucking copyright expiring.
Yep.
Like, period. Like,
Is-
there should be
Yep.
no question that we should know about everything because we're paying for it.
Is there?
And
a
it shouldn't be
time?
like 80 years down the line. Like,
No.
it's
Oh,
too
like
fucking
25.
long.
years?
25 years.
Yeah,
okay.
like current ones, like they get declassified after something like 80 years. Like it's
That's
far too
insane.
long. Far too long.
So they can keep the secret. I think they absolutely can. I mean, again, back to the Epstein list. We know it exists. We pretty much know who's on it, but we can't prove it. And now there's the Diddy. There's the Diddy list.
Yeah.
Do you think those Diddy parties were real? Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Do you think they have videos? Yes. Do you think they confiscated them for evidence or to protect people? At the time when it was happening at Diddy's house, we're like, oh, they're protecting people.
Yeah.
Mike Barra says 50 years. Do you think it should be
Is it
50 years? Is it 50 years? I think it should be 25.
50 years is too fucking long. That's way too long. Need to be cut in half, 25 at the latest. Because at that point, you've got people have moved on. They're not in those specific positions. You can't. Are you researching something for 25 years and you haven't gotten anywhere? You know, that's a long time to be researching something to the point where it's national security risk. Like, it's 25 years. Let's open it up. What'd you do?
And Mike Barra's worked with these companies in the past, right? That's how he got into this whole field. So, you know, and how many of us have relatives who got a story? You know, I got a bunch of relatives who were in the military, and every single one of them has a story. Every single one of them. My dad had a story. I wish I did. I wish I saw one.
My dad has one.
Yeah.
There's still time.
How many pilots? How many pilots have stories? Almost everyone. Boeing hasn't had a good year. What's up with the plane crashes, man? You know what?
South Korea.
Do I need to,
Goodness.
Three
Every-
different plane crashes.
yeah, two.
Was that a
that I
Boeing?
know of. I
I
don't
thought it
know.
was three.
Maybe it's three, but there was the one that was probably shot down by the Russians. And
South Korea.
and then the South Korea. I don't think anybody survived that one. And it looked
Not
like
from
a
the video.
survivable crash until they hit the oh.
Dude, whatever that thing
Man.
was, yeah. Who's on that plane? That's a question for me. Like, who was on that plane? Could have been everybody gets taken out because there's one target on there.
Mike's old enough to remember the South Korean Airlines from the 80s that had I believe it was a senator that almost caused World War III, like got us to like a pretty high DEFCON. You don't remember that? That at the time, I think there was one other time, but that was the closest we ever got to World War III. Was that South Korean airliner from the 80s.
Mm.
But so a couple people did, two crew members survive that crash. Cal 007 says Mike Barra. Yeah, dude, it doesn't make me want to get on a plane anytime soon.
Dude,
Right.
no.
Because I mean, I'm like, oh, they're gonna make it. Oh, they didn't make
Nope.
it.
Not
Nope.
right there at the end.
And how anybody survived that? Is it Azerbaijan? I just like saying Azerbaijan.
Oh, that didn't look good either.
That didn't look good, but a lot of people survived that one.
It's true.
Like how?
That one looked worse than the runway one. I mean, the
It
runway
did.
blew up. Like
Blew
It
up.
did. So I guess some anti-aircraft stuff might have hit it. It looks like I mean, they had the fuselage was pretty much intact, the back part, and you
Yeah.
saw like little. So it's either birds or anti-aircraft fire. Not
That's what
really
Did you see
sure.
that? Did you see the
Birds.
boat that blew up?
Yes.
See that video?
the boat. No.
Yeah, it's like somebody's yacht. It just explodes. It has like people on it. There's somebody walking on the deck right next to it, and it just boom blows up like a freaking mobster movie.
It does.
Do you know where the explosion was? Was it like
Florida.
Oh,
Florida.
wow.
Oh, it was fun. Well, it wasn't funny, but
It goes like
top part of the boat goes up and then back down. So
Like, almost
something with the
nothing happened.
engine, or yeah,
That's insane.
ship blows up.
Shit, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, as well.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Okay.
But back to the doc. Oh, yeah, this is good. Okay. So this is resurfaced. Chief Nerd put this out. This is from Stephen Colbert back in 2018, back when Claire Danes was doing Homeland, right? Homeland?
Yeah.
Homeland.
Oh yeah.
TV
Yeah,
show.
that show.
I like the first season. I did. I thought it was really dark and weird.
Yeah, I saw a couple episodes. I remember it being good.
Yeah, I think it was good for one season. It went on for a very long time, but she's talking about going to her CIA camp. So everybody here is familiar with Project Paperclip, right?
Should be anyway.
Yes, you should be.
Project Paperclip. And it's something I've said, like they never, as we know, they rename shit and they continue programs. So Project Paperclip, if you go to Wikipedia, it'll say that it was the CIA spying on reporters. No, it was the CIA embedding, and our national security agencies, it wasn't just the CIA, embedding assets at every fucking newspaper in America, probably abroad too. And guess what? They probably embedded some at some movie studios. I guarantee you they have embedded some
every
in Silicon
company,
Valley.
everywhere.
Completely exposed that. And you think it was just happening at Twitter? No, none of us. Nobody in the chat. Nobody believes it was just happening at Twitter. Well, listen to this.
For copyright
Copyright reasons.
just making sure we don't get dinged by ABC.
Transformative.
Yes.
Transformative.
It does make me
commenting
want to
on
go
this.
back and watch again, knowing that the writer, like the creator of the show, had family members in the CIA. So you like know that it's like they actually had some good layers of probably a lot of truth in there. Plus where she goes next.
Well, where she goes next. And this doesn't make big news back in 2018 because there was still some question. Again, we're looking at stuff. This is proof our world has completely changed since 2019, right?
So
and we have
fathers and was also in the CIA.
We have a fresh set of eyes for this.
Go back.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
How long ago did you start shooting this up?
Oh, what's your favorite color?
Wow. Where did you learn to act? Did you get, was it your father or something?
Where I will disagree with her is they didn't start
right.
They didn't start allying.
They just moved the priority of how much they needed to get that into gear much higher up.
Much higher.
Mm-hmm.
2018,
much higher up.
What, 2 years before 2020?
Right.
Mm-hmm. So Dave Smith, comedian Dave Smith, libertarian, like him a lot, pointed out when he was reacting to the super smart guy. He's like, do you think the CIA does this shit out of the goodness of their heart? Like, we want to help Hollywood be authentic. Fuck no.
No way.
No, like the military, yes, because they want for recruiting and, working with Tom Cruise on Top Gun. Like, yes, they want it to be promotional. It'll help get, new pilots in. Yeah, sure. The CIA, no, absolutely not. The CIA wants to manipulate information, and anything that provides information, even if it's scripted television, they will be involved in. Absolutely will be involved.
And to the CIA, manipulating and controlling the American population to them is national security. Everything is national security to them.
Even though they're not supposed to be doing it.
Correct.
They're not supposed to be doing it. But yes, the CIA has an agenda, and it is not for the good of the American people. It's for the good of the CIA.
Right.
For the good of the CIA. And the CIA is fighting for its life right now.
Just ask JFK.
Yep. So what I think the program does show you is the layers of security that they go through and the bullshit that they're willing to go through. And that's why when we do see a lot of people from intelligence, it's a double-edged sword. It's like, okay, they're the people in the know. We need to hear from them, but can we trust all of them? And the answer is no, we can't. I promise you, I'm 99.9% certain a couple of those guys, a few of those guys is there just to muddy the waters.
That's what everyone thinks about Lou Elizondo. It's just kind of like,
yep,
that was his job. Disinformation.
Yes, that was exactly his job, to help overthrow regimes or a group or a Taliban or or ISIS. which we created, by the way.
Yep.
Which we created. So yeah, you don't know. And Mike, I want to give Mike is saying that Calvin is a hoax. He's saying it's a hoax. And I can believe that. It's a pretty good picture. It's a pretty good picture. Now, why would they have a hoax? Well, I mean, again, to muddy the waters, to confuse us and keep us guessing and or chasing bullshit while they're doing something like, oh, go look at this over here while we're doing this thing over here, and it's just kind of up to us. That's why, I mean, disclosure is going to come from the public. It's not going to come from the government. The government's not going to disclose shit. Maybe H-1B visas, but that's about it. It's awesome to see all the experts on the online about that. Yeah, I enjoyed the document. I like James Fox documentaries. I think they're well done. I definitely know where he leans politically. It's you can just tell, when it sucks. I don't know. I think we get the best out of information out of base people personally, because they're like people like Dolan or even Nick Pope are out there. They are open to questioning the government and the system a lot more. Like Nick Pope impressed me the most when the last contact in the desert. It's not been the same without you, Mike. Okay, I liked it when Mike went there. He gave good. It was good presentations there. But Nick Pope was the best at the last one. Because I had only see him on Ancient Aliens, so it's very scripted. It's very quick, and I think when he's on camera, he's like, I'm Nick Pope. But when you see him speak open, he's a little guarded in Ancient Aliens. But when you see him in a lecture, totally different guy, and his lecture was the best. Which I still have to get you, Adam. I have it on disc. I have my burner. Someday I'll hook it up. One day, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Mike Barra, I was at your presentation. I've told you this before, but this is for the sake of the audience. It was 2016. It was when it was still in the outdoor thing. And you went over kind of everything. And I was in the front row. And, see the thing, what made Mike a good speaker is he would yuck it up with the crowd and he would tell a few jokes and stuff. And it wouldn't be this static thing. That's why his presentations were the best. But it's going to be tough going forward because of AI. That's true. It's going to be hard to trust anything we see.
Running Man's coming soon,
dude. We're in Demolition Man. We're there.
Yeah, that's where we are right now.
I've told this story before, but my son, we were talking about this was even before, in the before times of COVID, we were talking about civil unrest, and I think it was during No Blood for Oil. It was like he was pretty young. And I'm all, son, it won't be time for the revolution until we hit Demolition Man. When we start getting tickets for saying an F word in public, that's when it's time. That's when it's time to start thinking about, like, we might have to fight the schism. And that's happening in the UK, essentially. True. I mean, a post can get you put in jail, a Twitter post. So
a woman got arrested for praying in her head.
Wait, what? How does that work?
Yeah, she was across the street from an abortion clinic, and she was praying in her head.
She
not
got
out loud
for that?
Yes.
What if she was tired and wanted to stand and close her eyes?
This was like 2 years ago.
The dumb American in me makes me want to go and do that in the UK.
Crazy, man.
I want to put that to the test. We'll go there in a few months. You want to go pray?
I will film y'all from across the street.
Has anybody else gotten arrested?
I want to get arrested
for that.
I don't know.
People
for praying?
I don't pay too close attention to what's going on in London or in England.
Well, Mike, we'll get you back on soon, and I'm going to be in your town very soon, actually, before the meetup. So, but you're going to Duran. I like Duran.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I like Duran.
Hungry
Rio.
like the wolf, man.
Rio's a fucking good album.
Oh,
dude.
Rio.
That's a good album. Yeah, but Hungry Like the Wolf. Say that again. There
What?
you go.
Her name is Rio?
Yeah, she dances in the sand. The Nagel cover. Come on. It's a great cover. Great album. Great album. I think we should. Oh wait, was that it? Yeah, I think we should get to soups. Don't you think we should get to soups?
Soups.
Let's do it.
But yeah, we'll get Barra back on here. They rock, he says. Hell yeah. Look at Mike Barra in the chat.
Hell yeah.
I've said this before, but I have a TV on that just play. It's called what the fuck is it called? The Unexplained channel. So it's on Samsung TV, and all it does is play UFO documentaries, Skinwalker, all this shit, and like I'll see Mike pop up like every couple of hours. Mike's
Hey,
on my TV. It's, "Oh, what's up,
Unexplained
dude?"
channel, because I just got a Samsung Smart TV. I might try and find
Yes. So it's channel 3010.
Okay.
It's channel 3010 Samsung TV. It's free with your Samsung TVs. I don't even think you have to sign up for an account, but it's Samsung TV and it's live TV, and it's under, if you go to the category, it's in sci-fi, science fiction for some reason. I don't think it's science fiction.
Should be
But,
science fact.
Should be science fact. But yeah, the Unexplained Zone or something like that. That's what it's called. And they just run that shit all day long, and you'll see Mike Bear's face once in a while, along with Giorgio. Oh, I found some of that footage.
In
Oh,
the day? Wait.
when you were
from
doing their
back
lighting
in the
or
day, yeah. So when I was
whatever?
doing the lighting, yeah, because I found my on Vimeo, I found my old reels from because my
Cool.
editing reels.
Nice.
Nice.
I did two of them. I did one in 2010, 2011 on Vimeo. Maybe I'll show it someday. We're gonna get hit because I
Yeah.
got some music behind it, but
Yeah.
I found the footage of Mike Barra when I was with Giorgio before he got big, and I guess he's pretty rich now.
Was his hair up back then?
His hair was not up back then.
Oh,
He was more of a weightlifter back then, so he was in better shape. He lived in a house in El Sobrante, California. It was my friend's house, who I was taking the video course with. Cat McLeod, good dude, great dude. He runs motorcycle tours in Europe now, and Cat McLeod went to that class to learn how to edit so he can do promotional things for his motorcycle touring, and he absolutely that was his dream, and he's now living it completely.
that's awesome.
Like that
Cool.
his goal for going there,
Rad.
and we're one of the only two people from the class who like achieved our goal, kind of. Like mine was a little bit of a roundabout way, but yeah, we messaged each other. We're like, hey dude, we did it. What the fuck? But he lived in Cat's house, and he had a mattress on the floor. Like he had nothing, absolutely nothing, but he still had those little pens, those little gold, little gold. Yeah. So
I wanted
he
to get
gave
one
me
of those.
I have an
get
extra one for you.
I'd love to get one of those.
Didn't he give you one?
No.
Okay, I've got an extra one for you when we went to see Ancient Aliens live.
That
which
was
is-
cool.
That was fun. It was fun. We're gonna do the Skinwalker one next month, baby. Here in San Antonio, Skinwalker
So Travis
live.
up in there. Meet Travis again.
Oh, yeah. Talk about the Mesa.
Mesa.
All right, the Mesa. The Mesa. I hope everybody's ready for the new year. I'm not, but I will
ready.
be. Well, I gotta get that book in, man. We Melissa did the final read on the book because I don't have time to read my own fucking book. I wrote it. Yeah, I was there. So yeah, we got
You got to do the audio book.
Well, that's what I got to find out. I got to call him tomorrow and add that package because I didn't add it. So I'm going to add it and then figure out where we go from there. But it's due to come out in February. Hopefully right around MegaCon.
Oh,
Hopefully
dude,
right
perfect.
around MegaCon. That would be fun. Tons of fun. But we got a lot of Forbidden Frontier. There's a lot of trips. There's a lot of trips.
UK. That's
There's
one.
UK. That is for sure.
That I agree with X-Ray Girl. We need to focus more on the Forbidden Frontier stuff this time. Go to some more sites. Go see some stuff that we didn't see the last time.
It'll mostly
or
be
spend
a
more
Forbidden-
time.
yeah, we're gonna spend more time just running around the country.
Yeah.
We'll do a little time in London just because I think my kids are gonna be with me, so I think we should go to the museum. I think we
Love
should
to go
definitely
back
hit
to the museum.
Adam will join us because it's just a hop, skip, and a jump for you. You can
yeah.
probably
True.
ride your bike
True.
there, right?
Plan some extra time. I'm gonna go see
Maybe.
Adam for sure.
Oh yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
gonna go see some of those Viking
got
stuff.
to.
But
Yeah,
we're gonna
absolutely.
we're gonna trip all over the country and do Forbidden Frontier stuff. And Clarkson's Farm.
I would like to actually go there this time.
I would like to go there this time as well.
The food
I'd
is
like
good.
to go back and sign all of us. On the
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah, we
Forbidden
can go
Frontier.
sign. We can go sign the
Hearts.
wall. We can go sign the wall. That'd be fun.
Hearts.
Did you see Graham was? I didn't see Graham's Piers appearance. I heard it wasn't great.
Yeah, I heard Piers was kind of a jackass or something. I
kinda
didn't watch it myself.
Jimmy said Piers was interrupting him. It's like, Piers interrupts you a lot, but yeah. I mean, the fact that he talked to him was fine. That's good. I like to see Graham getting around, but I haven't seen that yet. Bubba and James Fox was on Joe Rogan, and I haven't seen that yet either.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch
Adam,
that.
did you watch that?
Which one?
The James Fox on Rogan? You said you watched
I did.
part of it.
Yeah. I watched. Well, I didn't watch the full thing. I was. I fell asleep, but
Yeah,
that
the
happens
energy
a
is
lot
fine.
in my life right now.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a lot of the same kind of stuff. You know, they kind of go over it. But it was cool. I like I really like Joe Rogan when he gets into UFOs because Joe loves that shit. So he's all hyped and he knows a lot of his backlog of knowledge of UFO stuff is pretty in depth now too. So
Well,
always
remember,
interesting.
Joe was like, I'm done with the UFO thing. I don't think it's real. He went through a whole phase, and I went through that phase too. Believe me. It's like, there's nothing here, man. It just feels like and then things pop up, but it's just not something you're going to get news on every day. It's just not,
That's true.
And the thing is, we get more news on the ancient civilization side because there's actual many groups, scientific groups, like doing work and finding new things and digging up new things all the time.
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of a bummer, but that's the name of the game. Bubba Doom for $20 says, over the years, I've seen weird stuff in the sky, triangles, orbs, weird shapes. I've gone from not believing to not being afforded the luxury of disbelief. That said, being very careful in lending my trust to any of these things. Yes, I think, just have an open mind. Like, I think there's aliens out there. Do I believe everything the government's telling me? Very little to none. Very little to none. Data 12 is gifted 5 Rumble subscriptions for $25. Thank you, Rumble. Rumble's been very nice to us. They don't tell us what to do. That's pretty much all I ask. Don't tell me what to do. And they haven't done that once.
Good.
So I appreciate that. Josh Kelsey for 20 just walks away. He did say something on Christmas.
Like a G. Really?
Yeah. He said like
Rarely
Yeah.
he does.
Rarely
Wow.
does.
Always important.
Wow.
Very cool.
Mike Barra for $1.99 says Nerdrotic rocks. Oh, thanks, buddy. You rock too.
He's right.
Kryptonian Jedi for $5 says on this last live stream, AJ at the Y-Files gave Forbidden Frontier a shout. Oh, fuck. I love
That's
AJ.
so
We
nice.
love you, man.
Thank you.
That's cool.
He's been working, like, knowing what we know about video production, and theirs is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Mike's done some work for him. Theirs is unbelievable. Like, they've earned every sub. They've earned all of their success, and AJ's been like nothing but nice to us.
Yeah.
We love you, man.
Mhm.
And I know he's been getting a little tired, so get some rest. We'll be here. Just take care of yourself. Okay.
Yeah, we want it to be a long career of giving us content.
Long career. Exactly. So we love you, man. And thanks for the shout out. Well, much appreciated.
That's cool.
Fucking Y-Files rules. My kid's obsessed with it now. So Buster Nut Smash for $19.99. I think the governments of the world know what the UAPs are, and I'm just going to say UFOs. I'm not fuck UAPs. I hate the relabeling. And even though it makes sense, I know it makes sense. I'm old and I don't want change. Have for a long time. It's just getting harder to hide it with modern technology and phones. Yeah, one of the factors they brought up with the Nimitz and stuff is the advancement in radar, right? So our radar is much better. And that was 20 years ago. Imagine how good it is now.
True.
Sporking News Podcast. What's up, Sporkster? How you doing, buddy? For $5 says, trying from my PC, X-Ray Girl, I tried to say, well, get UAP disclosure before the winds of winter. Truth. We will. Okay. That's a fact.
Unfortunately.
If we ever get it.
I mean, which one do I want?
Do you think he's actually going to write it, though? I don't even know. I don't know.
I don't think we're, we have a George R. R. Martin winner here in San Antonio. It's a winter that never comes.
Yeah. Brandon Sanderson's going to be hired to finish it in like 30 years. 20
Brandon
years.
Sanderson was asked specifically if he would finish it, and he said no. And he
Really?
said no.
Yeah.
He said no.
He said no because of his and I respect his answer. He's like, it's my religious beliefs. There's certain things that go in that book that he would not be comfortable writing.
Yeah, it's not his style. It's not
his style.
Kind of style.
Oh, he's got the talent to finish it. And I think he'd probably finish it better than George. But he said he wouldn't do it. He said he wouldn't do it. And I think who was it? Preston Jacobs and that other guy. They had a problem with it. They're like, fucking religious belief. It's like, fuck off, man.
Why don't they just give it to
I gave an honest answer.
President.
He's like, I'm you know what? I'm not going to write in a bunch of incest. Okay, I get it. Like, I understand. I respect that. I do.
Yeah, makes sense.
Hey George, why don't you finish your own fucking book? Blackadder, not I, for 20 British pounds, proper money. York in the UK is good. Was the capital during the Vikings' reign. Jorvik, pronounced Jorvik. Oh, see, I did it right. Oh my God. Nice Bill Hicks top, by the way. It's not Bill Hicks. By the way, Manchester is also decent. It's not a top. It's called a shirt, you Brits. So a top is like a blouse. It's what girls wear.
What she's wearing over there.
I know in the UK, they'll call this a top. It's like girls. That's what girls wear. Girls wear tops. Okay. Dudes wear shirts. This is Art Bell. This is Art Bell. The late great Art Bell. You are missed. Mod Eric for $1 rant says, Adam, why were you looking up people drinking cow pee from the tap? No, I do not really want to know.
I wasn't looking it up. I was on my timeline, and there's been a lot of weird Indian posts on.
What's up with that?
Okay,
I don't.
Not Indian or
Yes, Indian from India. The whole
I'm getting nothing but
H1B
or firewater Indian
thing, like, and they're just like posting stuff about them worshiping cows and sprinkling cow urine everywhere and burning cow dung in their house to cleanse their house.
Oh, that's
I've seen the
cool.
weird.
X
I've seen the weirdest shit,
platform.
and then the weirdest one was this dude straight up drinking urine out of the back end of a cow, like, and I was like,
And he likes the taste.
I said, I saw it. Now you have to my audience.
Some
I
cultural differences.
apologize to no one.
There's some cultural differences.
Yeah.
But those mofos know how to code. Okay, they do.
But if you're missing
I
out,
love
follow
it.
me on X. 'Cause
You too can be scarred
I'm
mentally.
So glad I've been off of X because I don't want to know.
yeah, by all means, come to my page.
I thought that was
Peruse.
a joke.
Yeah, see, what happens is
No.
when you start looking that stuff up on X, bro, you're gonna
Thumbs
start
up
seeing
again
it
and again and again and again.
I'm not looking it up. It's just
Or your
everyone's
followers.
arguing about this like H1B shit, and it's like
stop.
they're
It's
posting.
such a
it's
such a
so
pointless
dumb.
argument.
It's so
It's an
dumb.
op. I'm sorry. I have to agree with.
Stop.
I have to agree with the beanie on this one. I think it's an op. And
Yeah.
I don't think it's good. I'm glad this happened after the election, but like it was like such a shit show.
The right's
And-
ability to fuck up a good thing is unmatched.
No, dude,
Unmatched.
they don't know how to fucking win. They just don't know how to
cannot.
fucking win. Learn how to win. Be a winner. And you be a winner by like, you know what? Maybe this is, I think it's something we should definitely talk about for sure. When Trump is actually in fucking office. Right now, it does nothing. It does nothing. So I'm glad it's over. And I heard Laura Loomer was involved. And it's like, dude, like, she is Milo Yiannopoulos. I know she won the argument with him at Turning Point or with him, but like, she's no fucking different. Okay. She is crazy.
I thought it was
Absolutely
hilarious. They acted as if Elon took their check marks away when it had everything to do with the certain page that lost their business thing, right? So then everyone that was associated with it had to be re-evaluated, and it's like that's all it was. It had nothing to do with Elon wasn't going, "Oh, I'm going after these guys for talking shit to me." It's like, you think he cares about you? You think he gives a shit about you?
Gives a shit about any of that? He doesn't. He doesn't.
No.
It's like, stop.
No. I'm more mad. Everyone was mad at him about this H-1B shit. I don't give a fuck about that. I can't stand the fact that he made it so if you get blocked by prominent people, you have less of a say in the algorithm. I'm like, that's fucked up. That's old. That's Twitter. What the fuck? What is that bullshit?
Especially if you're paying Twitter
to
have
a
verified account,
if you want
you're getting
Twitter,
delisted because other people are blocking you.
Shit, dude.
If you want Twitter to beat YouTube, you cannot have that. And that's what
that pissed me off. That pisses me off, dude.
And
fuck Elon for that, dude.
But he's gone back on stuff before he was going to do, you know. So we'll see. I mean, Twitter's just it's fun for me. I focus on YouTube.
It's a game, really.
100% focus, but it's good that Twitter broke away, and overall, it's still been very good. So let's not.
And positive for sure.
But to get paid on Twitter, you basically just have to be a reply guy or be in Elon Musk's good graces, and it's like, ugh.
I mean, you're getting a little money by going, what is your favorite, or what are your thoughts on current thing?
What do you know?
What do you think about current thing? Isn't this wild?
And you know, sometimes I like to actually hear what people's thoughts are, but then now it feels like you're trying to content engage farm, and I'm like, I do want to hear what people say sometimes.
Well, like Culture Crave, you know, we follow them. All they do is give you the meat of an article,
dude.
And that's all they fucking do. So they give you the meat of an article, and they go, "What are your thoughts?" It's like, you know what? I'll give you my thoughts on it. How's that?
I think I was blocked by them.
We're blocked by discussing film.
Them too, yeah.
Wow.
I wasn't blocked by.
I think
I've been pushed down in the algorithms.
Yeah, Ian Miles' dong is the worst. Absolutely,
bro. I muted that guy. It's like, I'm not listening to that guy. After Ryan did that whole spiel about it, I was like, holy shit, you're right. This guy's full of crap. He's not even anywhere close to any of these politicians or politics in any way.
My favorite was him saying what it meant to be American.
Right.
He was trying.
What are you doing?
Like the other day, he was like, he posted about what it means to be American. I'm like, you're Malaysian. What the fuck do you know about what it means to be American?
Never set foot in this country ever.
What the fuck? Who are you to lecture anyone about what it means to be American?
He has swatted people. I think he almost got a dog killed, or
he got a dog.
He got a dog killed. Yeah.
And bragged about it.
And he was on the other side of the argument for Gamergate for a long time too. Mm-hmm. So let's remember where this guy came from.
He's got some really gross tweets about certain.
Oh, and he also stole the quartering's money and spent it on an e-girl.
Oh yeah, the quartering hates him.
Yeah, that's like a personal thing right there.
Yeah.
Southeastern Kaiju for $10. Not sure I fully buy the distraction narrative. The U.S. government has proven it'll do stuff right out in the open without giving two fucks what the people even think. That's a good point. I can't argue that.
That's a good point.
They have proven time and time. I mean, COVID. Come on. That whole thing was bullshit. Yes, people got sick. A lot of people died due to errors from the hospital. A lot of people died because they weren't in shape. It hurt people, for sure, but it's the government response that hurt a lot more people. A lot.
Yeah, having 4+ comorbidities is not good when you're getting any illness.
Yeah.
A cold could throw you off your
So they're
rocker.
pushing the bird flu, which I've had. I've had the bird flu 20 years
really?
ago. Yep.
Yeah, when it happened last time.
When it happened last
Wow.
time. I was
Yeah,
fucking
you had it.
sick as a fucking dog. It was,
Oh wow.
dude. I had to go to the emergency room and like 2 packets of fluid, whatever the fuck they put in. I took 2 of them.
The
Like, I
IV one?
Diabetes.
Yeah. I felt great
Wow.
afterwards. I was like, oh, that's
You're
better.
just dehydrated.
I was
Yeah.
I was dehydrated because I was puking my guts
Puke.
out. You know?
Yeah.
But
Nothing was coming in.
nothing was like, even after I stopped eating, it kept going. That's why, and my father in law, when he was still alive, he took me. He's like, no, we're taking you to the doctor right now. You're not looking good. I guess I look like death, but everybody in the house got it and we all survived, but it was just a bad couple of days. V6 Neon is a rant for $1. Good evening from totally batshit bonkers Britain. Glad to see Adam alive. Was going to send out search parties. I hope to see you on Monday night's show. I see ex-President Carter has passed. Yes. Jimmy Carter has passed. 100 years old, lived a good long life, was a terrible president. Terrible president. Built a lot of houses for and I did some good stuff. Wife hung out with some serial killers and some cult leaders.
That's pretty weird about that. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
pretty weird.
Weird.
That's weird.
But I'm not going to speak ill of the dead, so rest in peace. Just not a good president. But you know what? He wasn't the worst anymore because Biden was the worst.
Facts.
Bubba Doom says, Gary, I got bad news today from my doc. I'm not surprised. I got gray in my beard. I was prescribed glasses today. How much time do I have left? Not much. Enjoy it while it lasts, buddy.
Now you look studious.
Now you
You
look
know?
studious. Yeah.
Smart, nerdy. You know,
Yeah.
not a bad thing.
I didn't get gray in my beard until I was 49.
I still have Stuart here somewhere in here. I'm a little gray guy.
Just
I've
the
got
one.
lots of gray.
The
in
one
there.
guy.
Oh, you
I've had
named
gray
it?
in my.
Mine's all on my
beard
nose.
for a couple
In your
years now.
nose.
Yeah, all mine's in my nose. Started like 2 years
Just
ago. I had
gray
one,
nose
and then
hair?
yeah, I have like 4 or 5
I
of
mean,
them.
you know what? It's better for it to be there, I guess, than
Suckers getting no, because it looks like I have a booger, but I don't.
I'm just
It's
glad that it's like
right here.
it's like throughout my whole beard. It's not.
Yeah, it's
like
a nice
one.
salt and pepper kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
fine.
I'm all right. I'm
You know
okay
what's
with that.
super gay? Dyeing your beard.
Yeah.
Look like-
Just the sides
Right.
of it.
yeah.
Just the
Like-
sides, like white on the sides. Like who
Billy
does
Mays.
that?
Billy Mays,
Who
the
even does
late
that?
great Billy Mays, by the way. Rest in peace.
the Jack Murphy beard.
The Jack
That's-
Murphy beard.
Yes, she caught on to what
Yeah.
we were saying
the
it without
only-
saying it.
The only one it
But,
works on
yeah.
is Alex Jones. It kind of still looks fine. He dyes it obviously,
Does
but
he?
it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, dude got like suddenly ripped. You see
He's-
this?
yeah.
Is weird. He was just
Yeah.
at Alex Stein. He just did Alex Stein show, and he was still a little hefty.
Dang.
But
Mhm.
but that was
No,
like
he-
2
Alex
months
is
ago.
looking good, man. Alex is
Like,
taking
whoosh.
care of himself. I think he's rejuvenated. Well, I think he was drinking for a while, right?
I think it's the drinking, yeah.
I
Mhm.
think it was that drinking, and I think
That'll
he's
get
off
you.
the drinking or doesn't drink as much, but he looks good. We love Alex,
Good.
man.
Yep.
I'm glad he got out the other side, and we'll find out what happens to InfoWars. Either way, he'll still be around.
Oh yeah, he
I
ain't
think
going
he'll still
nowhere.
he ain't going nowhere.
Rise again.
I'll eat your ass. I will. I will eat your ass.
Right.
I
The
believe
man is a clip machine too. He's so fucking funny. And like we see clips, and I used to watch him like all the fucking time because first place I heard of him was Art Bell. That's right. He used to call in, talk about the Bilderbergers. And of course, he went to Bohemian Grove. God, he's famous for going to Bohemian Grove.
Sure, snuck in there.
Dude, for the longest time I thought that video was just
Baller.
bullshit. And then I got a better copy of it. This was years and years ago and watched it. I'm like, holy fucking shit. They really do this stuff. What else do they do?
Mhm.
That's a question. I don't really
They
know
go.
if I
They
want
go
the
to a
answer.
small island
Yeah.
down in
Yeah.
the Caribbean.
They have freaky parties with baby oil.
You know, the weird thing is, the next island over from
Is it
Epstein's
Disney
island.
Island?
No,
It's not the Disney Island?
Oh,
I thought it was-
the Bidens own it.
No, no way.
No.
What? Come
Yep.
on.
How is
Yep.
that
on.
possible?
I'm serious. Yeah, that's real.
Oh my god.
The fuck?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep.
So it's the island with Squid Game on it.
Mhm.
That's better than what was going on in Epstein's Island.
Season 2 of Squid Game.
Not so good.
Still
I haven't
not
seen
bummer.
it.
Not terrible, not in the same universe as season 1. Completely dissatisfying ending because they call it a season 2, but it's actually the end of season 2, part 1.
I hate that.
Yeah, and it doesn't embarrass itself, but it doesn't really justify its existence either. I think it'll be just a fart in the wind at this point. Netflix can't make fucking season 2s, dude. They just can't. There are
Such a
exceptions.
shame.
There are rare exceptions, but most of the time they just can't do it.
Daredevil season 2 was good, wasn't it?
Yep. Daredevil season 2 was
Yeah,
fucking fantastic.
Punisher.
It's the only. Oh, Punisher.
Punisher.
No,
was-
I mean with Punisher.
No.
Yeah.
Season 2 of
Oh,
Daredevil with Punisher.
Right.
Jessica
right.
Jones
Yeah.
season 2 sucked.
Yeah.
Luke Cage
Luke
season 2
Cage season
sucked.
2 sucked. Iron
Iron
Fist.
Fist
What's the
season
good
2
ones?
Really
It's,
sucked.
no. It's easier to. It's faster to
I
just say
can't think
what's
of a
the
good
one.
one.
Daredevil
The only
season 2.
Daredevil popped in
House
my
of
head.
Cards.
That's
Well, I haven't seen Orange is the New
House
Black.
of Cards.
So probably Orange is the New Black, House of Cards, Daredevil season 2, and like maybe some of the Korean and Asian stuff they got that they didn't really produce, like Alice in Borderlands. But stuff they make cannot make a season.
Trash.
Yeah.
It's hard to say what the worst is. I gotta say it's probably Umbrella Academy.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that went
God.
off
Was
the
that
edge.
is that
Jeez.
Netflix?
Started
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. Dude, it was so
and-
good. There's elements of season 2 that were all right, but it just got so fucking
Altered
the main
Carbon.
character.
Altered
yeah,
Carbon,
Altered.
man. Season
Right.
1 was so good.
I love
So
season
good.
1, man. It
Book
was
is
so
great.
fun.
Read the
One
book.
of the best season
Man,
ones
see what a downgrade from
Yep.
season 1.
ever.
Witcher season 2 was fucking abominable.
The last one was the worst.
Yeah,
though.
even
Stranger
Stranger
Things.
Things. Even Stranger Things season 2 was like a far cry from season 1.
Yeah.
They rallied with season 4. Season 2 and 3 are fine. They're fine. They're just repetitive, right?
Mm.
But yeah, they just can't do it. Chris Berry for $14.99 Australian. Get a dog up, yeah. Up, is that an Australian
Where?
thing? Yeah,
Up
Huh?
where?
up where,
weird.
sir?
This is an Australian saying.
I don't know.
Get a
Okay.
dog up, yeah?
But you know what I got for Christmas, guys?
No,
you
I
get?
don't.
I got a fucking. I didn't know this thing existed. I didn't know I needed
Oh, I saw the photo.
a hot dog toaster.
Oh,
Yeah. You put the bread.
You put the
And then
bread
the
in,
wieners
and
also
the two
in there.
wieners, and you put the little fucking thing down, and it toasts your hot dogs. It is. I'm like, this might be. I told Melissa, I'm like,
Is
this
it on
might be the
Twitter?
greatest present I've ever gotten in my life.
I need to see this.
It is. It's
It's
so
like 2
ridiculous and
dogs.
awesome,
Perfect.
and I will use it all the fucking time. So, hell yeah.
What do you get the
pretty
man that
great.
has everything? Hot dog toaster.
Oh my
Hot dog
god,
toaster.
this is hilarious. Okay, for those who haven't seen it, I'll
Yeah, this is
show
a
it.
real thing. And I'm like, maybe I'm the only one who's never seen this. Like, I did not know this existed.
I
I've
have
never
seen it
seen
before.
this.
Nostalgia is the name of the brand.
Retro
Yep.
pop up. It's adorable.
It's great.
It's
I won Christmas.
it makes sense.
It does.
I mean, I get it.
Have you hooked it up and used it?
No, I'm using it tonight, bro.
Okay, I was gonna say,
saw
how
that.
the- how
You
the hot
mentioned
dogs are
dog,
cheap.
and I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I can't wait. Yeah, news to me. I had never fucking heard of this. I was like, it's like music played when I saw it. Oh, like, this is the greatest thing ever. All right. V6 Neon, a rant for $1. CCP has its puppets in the UK government give away Chagos Islands to another of its puppets, and then Mauritius demands 800 million a year and billions in reparations for the controversial Chagos Islands deal. Well, it's like us giving away the Panama Canal, which I love Trump talking about. I love the fact, and people are government go, what are you talking about? No. When Carter did this at the time, people were like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? And nobody brought it up. And finally, somebody has it. I'm all for Trump trolling people, saying Canada is going to be the 21st state and we're going to fucking take over Greenland. Yes. And maybe it gets us a deal to where we can buy mineral rights from Greenland or something like that. But we should definitely get the Panama Canal back, because the reason
that's ours.
It's ours. We built it.
It's ours,
man.
And it's being run by China right now. So, and they shouldn't be.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
And you wonder how all that fentanyl's getting here.
Although if you look into the Panama Canal, it's actually really fucked up, because they're basically draining all the fresh water from all the lakes. So it's completely fucking Panama. Like Panama, the land in Panama is absolutely fucked because of the Panama Canal, because of the amount of water that they pump from the freshwater spots into making it work. It's pretty messed up, actually.
What country? Oh, it's Mexico. Mexico is working on competition towards them. It's still in the planning phases, and it's insane.
Where?
I watched a video. No, you would have to take it involves ships going to one side, and then there's a train or something that goes across, but it could actually compete against the Panama Canal. I saw a video on it like a year ago. I'm barely
across Mexico.
Yeah, it's parts. I'm pretty sure it's
that
Mexico.
Shit is getting robbed.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Mexico.
Train robberies are happening again.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if the cartel protects it, it'll be fine. But let me go. Let's see if I can find that real quick. Read a super chat, X-Ray Girl. I'm gonna see if I can find this.
Okay. Mod Air K Brant says, X-Ray, do not get too excited. There are hot dog sausages, not real dog. I mean, you'd have to get a really big oven for the dog size that I would eat. So obviously I'm not going to get too
and like a
excited.
rotisserie, really, to get the full cook.
The full effect, A charcoal barbecue is good too. Buster Nut Smash, thank you for being a traveler, says, thanks for another great year of shows. Any chance of getting Forbidden Frontier gear at the next meetup? MegaCon, there's some beanies.
Get some beanies for sure, so and maybe, patches.
Yeah. So I don't know if we have anything in the.
You know what we should do? We should have travel journals, like leather with like an emblem on the front, like pressed.
That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be cool.
So
that'd be cool. Think about getting one of those.
Oh, I didn't present it.
I'm looking into it.
That's weird. You remember when it used to just automatically present?
Yeah, it would just automatically
come up. And it doesn't do that anymore?
You guys changed that.
Sometimes I did, but
StreamYard just does shit.
Sometimes I've been talking about shit and I thought I was presenting it. I wasn't for like a long time. And the chat's all, we can't see it, dumbass.
Many such cases.
So this is Mexico's 4.5 billion Panama Canal rival, and it's in the planning stage, but it's basically a fucking train. So ships go, and then a giant fast train, takes it across to the other side. And this might be more doable because the Panama Canal apparently is like degrading. It's what Adam just said. It's degrading, and they're going to have to find another solution for it in the next 100 years or something like that. But watch the video.
Probably more than that, or faster than that.
Okay, that fucker's got how many views? See, I love videos like this. It's got 4 million views. That's fucking awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome. No, I watch the shit out of stuff like this at night. So like this is kind of what I watch. But and then how China buys the rivals of the Panama Canal. See, it's like Trump's like people think Trump's dumb. He's not fucking dumb.
Not dumb.
No. He's not dumb at all. He plays the media perfectly, and I think it is something we should think about. We should take control of this area. Blackadder, not I, for 10 British pounds says, I haven't been invested in a show since Justified, newest season notwithstanding. Oh, a new season of oh, you mean the movie that came out? The movie that came out. I didn't even watch it. Justified was awesome, by the way. That was a great show. Russell Hall for $2. How many genders do the other races have? Well, I don't know.
I would
It depends
assume
on-
2.
I would assume
Bab-
2.
I think Babylon B did a funny video about this, like a couple aliens sitting down and asking about genders. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe not.
Yeah,
don't know.
I remember.
I would just
it
assume 2
vaguely.
because that's how most things, even trees, plants of all kinds,
Yeah.
genders, because that's how
Well,
you populate.
I mean, they justify
Spread the seed.
transgenderism like with seahorses, like with one thing.
But that's not. It's the males just have a pouch that they hold the already
They just
created
hold it. Yeah.
little seahorses in.
That
Like
fucking
it's like
J.K. Rowling.
not
J.K.
turtle.
Rowling was on
Frogs?
fire. She's been on fire, but today she's like, "There's no such thing as trans kids. There's no such thing.
No.
They don't
It's
exist."
true.
They don't.
It's
They
true.
don't
It's
exist.
true.
This is true.
Just your weird fetish.
It's just parents seeing their kids as an accessory, following trends, Munchausen syndrome, whatever you want to call it.
By proxy, yeah, for sure.
Diego Salazar for 1,000 Argentinian pesos. I remember Carter had a UFO story. Yes, he did. And Art Bell interviewed other witnesses of the event. Did you know who had a UFO story too? Ronnie James Dio. Yes, he did. There's a shortcut from an interview from 2001 here on YouTube. Yes, I've seen it. Well, have a happy new year. Hail.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna go watch that
Yeah.
after this.
No, Carter did have a UFO experience while he was like fishing or something. And they gave him a lot of shit for it, but he stuck by his guns. I like the Y-Files theory of humanity's beginning, plus their video on how the Neanderthals almost wiped us out. Why did we win in the end? That's a good video, Mark of Reality. I love that video. That's just a good story.
Yeah.
That's a good story. But one of my favorite subjects in all of these spheres is, I mean, kind of connected to Neanderthals a little bit, is giants. It's something I've been fascinated about. And not the 36-foot ones. I mean, like 8 or 9 foot giants. I think that's like my favorite subject, and I think there's something to it. I think there's something to it. I like that there to be more to it, like some actual bones, but you know. Jose Contreras for $1 says, with today's technology, how can we tell what videos are real or not?
Good question.
AI drones and balloons with LED lights are tricky. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And it's going to be tough. Bushka Blue is a traveler now. Welcome. Michael Desjardins is a traveler as well. Sorry if I screwed up your last name. What's this? Rens vitro fertilization for $2 says Adam Crigler is worse than having Tim Pool on. I disagree.
Come on.
We love Adam.
Bull crap.
Bull crap. Dova, and we've never had Tim Pool on. Dova for £2 British pounds. If it's Dead Space, we are all fucked. Yes.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god, that
That's
game
that-
is so scary.
Dark Forest hypothesis, you know?
Is it supposed to be a V6 Neon? There's 2 of them here. Speaking of plane crashes, how many have there been recently? Seems like very suspicious. Need to review the passenger list and insurance. Remember all the train derailments we had in a group? Remember all the processing, the chicken processing plants that started burning all at the same time? Remember that? That was last year or the year before
That was
last?
the year before last. Maybe even older than that. That was a while ago. But yeah,
I think that was eco-terrorism. That's what I think it was.
very specific.
I had the police at my door tonight. Possible attempt at a low-level swatting. You know that stuff I post at Adam. Don't want to get swatted. That's no joke.
Wait, who is that?
That was V6 Neon.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's not cool. I had to go as far as to tell we have a constable in our neighborhood, like a cop. That's assigned to our neighborhood. So I had to contact him, and it was like the most uncomfortable phone call I've had in a long time. It's like, hi, sir. I'm a content creator on YouTube. And I have to let you know that there's a possibility that somebody might call in a thing. and I had to explain the whole thing to him. And then we had to explain it to the police department, which is just, it's fucking ridiculous when you're doing it. You're like, I can't believe I'm doing this right now, but I have to.
Like you make videos on the internet, sir?
Yes. And
Okay.
what do you make videos about? Controversial subjects? Highly controversial. I criticize the Star Wars, and they're like, yeah, it's when you say it out loud, it just sounds.
It sounds
ridiculous.
crazy.
Yeah, but you have to do it. I
Yeah.
don't want my dog getting shot or something like that. So,
Oh my God.
Diego Salazar again for 1,000 Argentinian pesos. Oh, I forgot. Have you seen Melee's video from his last interview? He had a 3-hour interview, and by the end, someone gifted him the Kenzai replica of the Sword of Omens from Thundercats. Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
His reactions was pure joy, confirmed 100%. And we have an 80s kid president. Yes. Well, vice president, but Tiger
Future
King,
president.
Future president. I left my country, moved in with my in-laws in another country. I work as a content creator online. Adam, am I an immigrant expert for my home country? Yes, of course, Tiger King.
Sure.
Sure. Has anyone here heard this of the store McKay's massive 2-story used media store in Nashville? Exit 199 on I-40. Yes, 199. No, I haven't. I haven't been to Nashville. I don't think ever. Maybe when I was a little kid.
You haven't driven through it? Maybe when going to Florida?
No,
I've driven through it.
no.
Nashville?
I'm gonna write that down.
I think we drove by it. We might have drove by it. We might have driven by it on the way to.
Got a cool party scene.
Nashville. Yeah, it looks all right. I'll go there someday. Eagle Eye for 199 says y'all need to find the clip of Ali talking about UFOs. Oh, Ali. Muhammad Ali. I didn't know he talked about UFOs. That's cool. Blackadder, not I, for £5 Apparently, you can get a Five Guys burger with grilled cheese and as buns. You probably could. I was thinking about that. Yeah, that sounds like
a heart attack. You know?
Trying to
a
eat
heart
better,
attack,
but-
but I'd eat it. Yeah, it's not part of my plan right now.
It's like the KFC
Maybe
burger where it's like chicken, chicken, chicken.
Yeah. What was that called? Like the double down or something? Was that it?
No idea.
Sounds good though.
I'd eat
That's
that.
it.
No bread, which is actually, just chicken. There's powder, there's batter, but it's mostly chicken.
That's it.
That's it. Oh wait,
I
there's
knew.
one more.
I fucking knew. With Jimmy Carter dying, I knew he would put up a tweet with.
Oh, did you see it?
with Jim Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rosalind Carter was pictured with John Wayne Gacy and Jim Jones, who were both
So weird.
active in the Democratic Party back then.
Mm-hmm.
True story. Unbreaded. Oh God. Unbreaded. Unbreaded Five Guys. Oh, we are a long way from unbreaded, aren't we?
Yeah.
Adam, you gonna go to sleep?
Yeah.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah, I am gonna go to sleep. This was fun. This is kind of in the middle of the night, although it's interesting. I read about how humans up until like the 1800s actually had a biphasic sleep pattern where they would sleep 4 hours, wake up for 3 hours, and then
Well, you
sleep
had
for
to,
another
like
4 or
back in
5
the Cape.
hours.
Like, there's a whole thing like why people wake up at 3:30. A lot of people will wake up at 3 or 3:30. That's the thing,
Mhm.
because you had to check the perimeter. You
Yeah.
had to make sure everybody was safe. The fires were still going. Like that's a thing.
Yeah. So it's kind of been like a theme of my life now. I'm like, it kind of works. I just like I'm waking up. I'll take care of him for a while, or do a show, and then go back to sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can feel the bed calling me though.
Yeah, that's good, dude. Micro naps, bro. Once I discovered those, I pretty much when I was still working in auto parts, I just go to my car at lunch and take a half-hour nap.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
those are the
Alan, do you
best.
drink coffee at all?
Oh yeah.
Make sure you drink coffee before your nap because it takes 30 minutes for the caffeine to actually start acting in your body. So then when you wake up, not only are you rested, you
Boom.
have the caffeine boosting you.
Mm.
You're all
Caffeine naps.
Slave to
Alright.
the caffeine.
Noted.
That's right.
All right. Sounds good.
Sounds good. Garrett, what do you got coming up?
Nothing. Tomorrow, maybe base staff. Are we doing base staff tomorrow?
Yeah.
Let me know. Possibly.
Yeah. I'll do
nothing
base stuff.
else. Nothing else.
I'll do
Just my channel, Nega Garrett. That's NEGA Garrett on YouTube.
You're allowed
Go
to
check
say
it
it.
out. You can say it because I allow you to, and you can go subscribe as well. I released 2 videos this month.
Yep.
Just double the output I did previous months. So go check it out. They were fun videos. Gonna do some more of those next
They're
year.
great videos. And Normal World comes back next week too, right?
Comes back, yeah, the first week of next year. So check that out as well.
There you go.
Exciting.
There you go. Yeah, we still got New Year's Eve and
Oh yeah,
New Year's Day. We're still in the holidays. I'm still in holiday mode. Okay.
I'm still
I am
hanging out here. Okay,
Actually, I feel
Christmas
more
tree's
in
still
holiday
up.
mood. Well, yeah. Yeah, like right up, I was working so much until like I didn't really get to relax that much on Christmas, and then now I'm relaxed. Now I'm like, I'm chilling with the family, getting my time in. Had a big day yesterday. Went to Costco.
Oh, you got some good stuff at Costco, eh?
Oh well, yeah, I got some good stuff.
Hey.
Got recognized by one of the workers there. That's cool.
Really?
Didn't give me a
Nice.
discount though.
I miss Costco.
You know what I did? You know what I did have? Fucking Costco hot dog for $1.50. Those things are awesome, dude.
Those things are banging.
They're the best. Unlimited drinks.
Yep. X-Ray Girl, what do you got coming up?
I think I'm going to be playing 5 Hearts Under One Roof sometime in the next couple days, and then doing a stream New Year's Eve at some point. And then I do have 2 new soups that came in. DJ for $10 says, I mean, the Rangers beat the Comanche.
Comanche.
Sorry. By
Not
using
the
cow patties.
Comanches.
Canadian.
Sorry, I don't know. By using cow patties for a fire, so maybe based.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
If
don't
you're
know
using
what
them for
it's
fire, you're not drinking their urine. Okay.
Andrew Matthews for 2 British pounds says, did Nick Fuentes know about aliens or the Clintons?
Maybe. Oh yeah, he got somebody. Yeah, somebody. Like I'm not.
I think that was a Luigi inspired person.
Maybe
somebody
I'm
that's
no fan
been
of Nick
Luigi'd.
Fuentes, but
Me neither.
like yeah, like somebody came to his fucking house.
Still not cool.
And actually
was nuts.
killed some people. It wasn't Nick, but they yeah, that was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
That is nuts. That is nuts.
Yeah, it is crazy.
If you're a content creator, like get cameras around your house. Just like absolutely 100% get cameras around
Just
your
be
house.
safe.
Just be safe. You know, it's fucking crazy. What do I got coming up? A video. A 36
Epic video.
minute video.
Very long.
A 36-minute video that Perry is, I believe, rendering as we speak. I just got to fight my urge to not be superstitious because we've always released this on the 31st, but we could release it tomorrow. I think I should, right? Or should
Monday?
I stick, or are you superstitious like me and we should just release it on the 31st? I don't know.
I like the consistency of the 31st.
I do
It's
too.
just a tradition at this rate.
It's top 5 woke Hollywood disasters of 2024. Done one the last 2 years. So
It'll be
this one,
entertaining.
oh fuck, Perry just killed
I
it on
can't
that. His
wait.
editing is just
I can't wait to see the whole thing.
holy shit. Holy shit. I might make you watch the whole thing just to put some eyes on it.
Please.
I will be watching it regardless.
I've watched it before it comes out. I might
Oh.
throw it to you just to get some extra eyes on it because I've seen it a bunch, but like sometimes I just don't catch stuff. So
Especially when you see it repeatedly, yeah.
I watch the videos that I'm editing like 18 times. And I'm still like finding little frames that I messed up on. Dang it, dang it. So it's good to do that. Double take.
Yeah.
Double take. That's right.
There's been some other super chats that came in as well. We got Jackson Cagle for $2 says top 5 yes. Black Adder Not I for £5 says my mind is elsewhere, but I'm getting poutine at the market tomorrow. Ooh.
All right.
Istaria Zool for $4.99 says Nashville had a huge, very old looking pyramid at Nashville World Fair. Next to it, still standing, Parthenon. Lots of old photos online.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll check it out. Well, there's a pyramid in, not a period, a pyramid in, is it St. Louis? Isn't it like Bass Sporting Goods or something like that? I can't
That
remember.
is Memphis.
Memphis. Is it Memphis where I drove by that giant fucking
I believe that is Memphis.
pyramid?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Memphis.
Okay.
Memphis, like
St.
the
Louis.
Egypt, Memphis.
Yeah.
Light.
If
for
you want more on that on my
Bass Pro
video,
Shop. Hey, Bass Pro Shop has their own hotels too, and we stayed in one. And it was cool
Is
as
it?
hell.
I had
Yeah.
no idea.
They have
It
their
must
own
be an American
hotels.
thing.
We stayed one in Springfield, Missouri. It was very nice.
Okay, cool. Light for $2 says, hi, guys. Good night, guys. And V6 Neon for $1 on the Rumble side said 12th night, also known as Epiphany Eve, falls on the 5th of January and is the end of the traditional 12 days of Christmas. Decorations were taken down, and it was commonly believed that misfortune, if not taken down. Okay.
Oh, so that's what happened on January 6th.
Well then. Awkward.
That's good.
Didn't
Somebody
take the lights
didn't
down.
take the decorations. All hell broke loose. And the government made some shit up and locked some people up.
Camera froze again.
I'm just
God
like-
dang.
It did. It's all right. We're out of here anyway. Thank you to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat donation. You help keep the lights on. I'm so happy Forbidden Frontier is back. We'll be back next week with some fun stuff. I'll come up with some good topics. If you haven't seen the program, go watch it. It's available for, I believe, rent.
Yeah, it's really good.
Purchase on Amazon Prime.
On Amazon Prime. So yeah, it's good to have a good UFO doc to sink our teeth into. Thanks again, everyone. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye bye. Happy New Year.
Nerdrotic.com.
Welcome, travelers, to the fringes of reality, where the strange and mysterious meet, and the thin veil between fact and fiction is torn. Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.